What? I sneak up behind him, I knock him out, and I take his key card. It's easy.
Did you not hear the part about the massive gun?
Yes, Dustin, I did. And that's why I would be sneaking.
Just a reminder about our new giveaway. We're giving away the new iPad Pro or the new iMac Pro. The choice is yours. All you have to do is watch the full video, leave a like, comment the keyword hidden in the video, and make sure you're subscribed. It's that simple.
Despite everything going on in the world right now, which is making everything seem like we're living in the actual upside down, there's still plenty of things to look forward to, such as the upcoming release of the 4th season of Stranger Things. The favorite Netflix sci-fi horror will be back to iron out plenty of the big questions left hanging from the last season's explosive finale. In this video, we're getting ready for Stranger Things Season 4. So join us as we take a look back from the start with regards to everything that's happened at Hawkins, Indiana. Before we jump to it, like, share, and subscribe to this channel. And don't forget to ring the notification bell for all our newest videos. Although there still isn't an official release date set for the return of the series, especially as the world is still on hold for most of 2020, the show was originally set to come out early in 2021. And even though this might possibly be pushed back further like almost all scheduled film and TV outputs, it's good to note that some progress has started, with the filming for Stranger Things Season 4 officially having kicked off in June. And although production faced quite the challenge of getting things off the ground in the midst of a pandemic, with cast and crew having been told to cease production to go home during lockdowns despite their frustrations amidst being ahead of schedule, the show's official Twitter account confirmed that production is indeed now back up, sharing a photo of a clapperboard with the caption, "Meanwhile in the Upside Down," which was posted on October 1st, 2020. So in anticipation of the show's actual release, there's time to look back at the OG binge-worthy episodes. And to support your desire to prepare, we've prepared a reliable recap of absolutely everything that you need to know in the lead-up to Season 4. Spoilers ahead for those who haven't even started watching the show. Our only question is, why haven't you? The beginning, Season 1. Bring yourself back to the time of neon and synths in the 80s set Hawkins, Indiana to a saturated brown basement where a young group of nerdy buddies, Mike, Will, Dustin, and Lucas, are playing Dungeons & Dragons. They animate their imaginations as they slay the game's vile monsters. However, one night as they head home, Will, the smallest of the bunch, gets attacked by a shadowy monster and disappears into the night. This kicks off a town-wide search as a panicked lot try to find Will. As the search continues, our adventurous bunch finds and meets a young, near-mute girl with a shaved head wearing a hospital gown. We find out that her name is 11, or Elle, as the young boys would call her, due to a mysterious number tattooed on her arm. She develops an affinity to Mike, who offers her sanctuary in his parents' basement. We find out that Elle has peculiar abilities and is able to move objects with her mind. Meanwhile, as the search for Will continues, a second victim named Barb is violently abducted. The conspiracy unravels regarding Eleven's unknown origins as government agents continue to pursue her after finding out that she was hiding at Mike's house. In the pursuit, Elle flips one of the vans out to get her, demonstrating her immense power. The crew finds out from Eleven about the alternate dimension she called the Upside Down, where Will and Barb were. It's revealed that Eleven obtained her powerful telekinetic and telepathic abilities from a secret government experiment called Project MKUltra. 11, or Jane as her real name was later found out, was taken at birth from her mother by a Dr. Martin Brenner and was raised in a national laboratory in Hawkins. This high-security government facility became her home while she was grown as a test subject, developing her psychokinetic skills. Using a sensory deprivation tank, Elle had the ability to view and access other dimensions, with the intentions of international espionage. Instead, 11 encounters a creature living in the upside-down dimension and makes contact with it. This action opens a gate between the Hawkins laboratory and the upside-down dimension, leading to the scenarios they've all been facing. With this information, Joyce Byers and the local police chief Jim Hopper ventured into the upside-down dimension, assisted by Will's best friends Lucas, Mike, and Dustin, who all found a way to amplify Eleven's power and used it to locate and rescue Will from the upside down. Will's older brother, Jonathan, and Mike's older sister, Nancy, and pal Steve Harrington set up a trap for the Demogorgon at the local school, and they all find themselves trapped with the creature. As government agents close in on their location, Eleven faces the agents and the creature with a strong psychic explosion. However, Eleven vanishes along with the creature. In the aftermath of their valiant rescue, Will is revealed to have visions of another monster and coughs up slug-like creatures from within. Season 2. A year has gone by at Hawkins, and Will's recurring visions have now become a concern, with his friends and family finding out that a creature they've dubbed the Mind Flayer has infected Will while he was in the Upside Down. They also discover a network of tentacle-like vines underneath the town that seem to spread out from an open rift in the dimensions, allowing horrible creatures to come through. Eleven, who disappeared into the Upside Down at the end of the first season, has found a way back to Hawkins, with Sheriff Hopper keeping her hidden and safe. She'll later discover another test subject from the secret government project MKUltra named Kali and heads out to Chicago to find her. Back in Hawkins, Will's mom Joyce and Dr. Brenner's replacement, Dr. Owens, attempt to remove the Mind Flayer's influence on Will. This leads to an all-out skirmish against small demogorgons they called Demo Dogs. Using extreme heat, they managed to purge the Mind Flayer from Will's body, and Eleven gets reunited with everyone and closes the rift under the laboratory. Season 3. It's now the summer of 1985, and our reliable group of Dimension Defenders are now young teens with puberty setting in. Eleven and Mike are so into each other and have lost interest in playing Dungeons & Dragons, which leaves the other members of the group feeling like they're growing apart. New members are introduced as our gang finds themselves into different cliques. Dustin bonds even more with their old babysitter Steve, who now works at the new Starcourt Mall serving ice cream at the food court. They also spend their time with a coworker named Robin and a regular ice cream taster named Erica, who is also Lucas's little sister. This season tackles the developing relationships of our characters, with Lucas and his girlfriend Max, as they help Mike and Eleven's blossoming relationship, as it also becomes a boon for Chief Hopper, who has legally adopted Elle into his household. While the gang is busy trying to figure out their relationship dynamics, Mike's older sister Nancy, alongside her boyfriend Jonathan, who's Will's older brother, attempts to investigate an infestation of diseased rats eating fertilizer and chemicals all over town. Meanwhile, Will feels totally left out, as his friends don't seem to want to play Dungeons & Dragons anymore. He's also distracted with a sense of concern that the Mind Flayer is still lurking around, frighteningly ready to infect him again. His concern is not left wasted, as another major conspiracy is revealed in Hawkins. This time, a covert underground lab beneath the new Starcourt Mall has been constructed by a group of Russians, with the intention of gaining access to the Upside Down. This is revealed when Dustin intercepts a strange coded message being transmitted from within the mall, leading to an adventurous investigation as Dustin's team tries to infiltrate the lab. The presence of this lab and the Russians trying to access the rift may possibly be why Will has a lurking feeling of uneasiness and concern. Even Will's mom Joyce convinces Chief Hopper into investigating why her refrigerator magnets don't seem to work the right way, particularly because the lab uses a huge electromagnet in order to gain access to the alternate dimension. The separate teams investigating these strange occurrences coincidentally converge at the mall. They later find out that Max's older brother Billy has become possessed by the Mind Flayer, along with plenty of others from the town. Like the rats Nancy was investigating, these new possessed victims consume fertilizer and chemicals, and upon eating their fill, explode into a gooey puddle that meld into a terrifying monster that looks like a Demogorgon mixed with the Mind Flayer. This bigger monster also has the ability to collapse back into a puddle of unkillable goo, making things harder for our bunch. In the end, Chief Hopper, Joyce, and their friend Murray descend into the secret Russian lab underneath the mall to turn off the machine attempting to reopen the rift to the Upside Down, while Eleven and her crew fight the Mind Flayer's new monster. The machine shutdown attempt happening underground didn't go as planned, however, with Chief Hopper needing to sacrifice himself by asking Joyce to trigger the shutdown, despite the possibility of him getting disintegrated along with the portal itself. The loss of Chief Hopper made it easier for Joyce to decide to leave Hawkins once and for all, as we see her drive out of town with Jonathan, Will, and Eleven, who is now with them. An in-credit scene later revealed a prison guard feeding a person to a captive Demogorgon at a camp in Russia. This adds further speculation on what the next season will be about. We're all looking forward to Season 4, and it can't get here fast enough. At least now you're all set for what happens next. What do you think about our Stranger Things recap? We'd love to hear from you by placing your comments down below. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and ring that notification bell for more stories like these.
Just a reminder about our new giveaway. We're giving away the new iPad Pro or the new iMac Pro. The choice is yours. All you have to do is watch the full video, leave a like, comment the keyword hidden in the video, and make sure you're subscribed. It's that simple.